Cash out, new titties, new butt. Cash out, new crib in the cut. Cash out on my team, now we up. Cashed out on these strippers in the clubs. Cashed out on my daughter and my son. Cashed out on my team, now we up. Cashed out on my bitch, know what's up.
We're fucking outside. We're here. Yo, it's good to see everybody. Whoever's here, wherever the fuck you guys are. Hope it's a good day for you. Welcome to the Bacon Social Club. Oh, man, dude. We're not going to get too crazy. If you're here last night, our boy didn't make a lot of money. I love that shit. A homeboy DSP didn't really make a lot of money. And, you know, he gets some type of way. He starts getting a little funny, faking tips and shit like that. So, it's like a gross cough I had to do. Excuse me. But, man, dude, I'm just going to be fucking trying to play whatever games I need to catch up on the side, dude.
And all kinds of other fun stuff, you know, ongoing games like Call of Duty.
I just hope he spurts out today. Like, give me a good one, Phil.
The return of Minecraft, which I don't think anyone actually even expected. It has been a pretty awesome month. Even though...
Oh, shit.
On paper,
I might be here tonight. I have to emphasize my, like, if I get my goddamn Budokai Tenkaichi set, bro, those nano blocks, oh, man, I'm excited for that. I'll probably pop up.
If you actually look at the releases for this month, like here's what we were looking at for this month.
Get some chuckles in on our boy Phil.
South of Midnight, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, and Clear Obscure Expedition 33. That's all I had in my game release schedule for April. So again, on paper, the month looked terrible, but because of some of the things that we decided to do and because of some like shocking releases, it actually ended up being a pretty darn good month. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone who here in April. You know, it started with a bang with my big birthday marathon and just continued on in a great, you know, streak of fun games, streams, and support. And I really appreciate that. I mean, let's be honest, the cherry on the icing here was becoming a partner.
Cherry on the icing. I don't know. It's a weird way to say that, you know. Like the cherry on top, isn't that normally how it's said, dude?
On Kick, being part of the KCIP program.
That gave me a giggle.
That every single day when I'm streaming on Kick, I actually get paid to stream. Yeah. And, you know, I know some people would say, well, how much is it? It greatly varies.
No, it doesn't.
Depends on...
It's like $15 an hour, isn't it? Some shit like that, bro.
How many people are there? It depends on how long I'm streaming. It depends on like 5 factors.
The fact that he gets paid hourly by Kick, you shouldn't give him another tip ever again. Fuck him.
But I don't really control it.
Fuck him,
all I do is stream. And so, hey, even making a few extra bucks an hour streaming is awesome.
A few extra bucks an hour? Phil, I know it's like more than a few extra bucks. That's hilarious. You see how the fucking words he uses, the selective words?
It's been amazing. You know, it really has been.
A few, right? Meaning like 3, you know, 4 or less. Dude, what you think he making like $2 or $3 extra? The motherfucker making like 15, I bet, bro.
And I've really enjoyed myself this month. The way I see it is if we're having a month where almost nothing was really coming out that was of high profile, right? And it was a great month, right? Between all the streams, the gameplay, everything we did, it was still a great month. Can you imagine what's going to happen with some of these months coming up later this year where we actually have big releases, hype moments, and awesome stuff planned, right? Can you imagine how awesome it's going to be if GTA 6 actually releases this year? How crazy that'll be? That's got to be one of the most hype events.
Nah. Bro, I'm scared. I'm scared. Looking back on Grand Theft Auto 4, man, dude, 4 got so disrespected by the public. Yes, you, dude. What?
In gaming
Grand
history.
Theft Auto 5 was
and
so
I can just
garbage.
imagine we're gonna have people
It
coming
looked
back
pretty,
who haven't
but
watched me in
nah.
years to come watch my playthrough of that. You
Such
know?
a shallow fucking game.
This is gonna be a pretty exciting
4 in
year,
every way,
particularly for me and for gaming in general. And I'm excited for the future. I really am. So I just want to say thank you. April was a great month from start to
that
finish.
That motherfucker better
great,
be a 60-hour
gameplay,
motherfucking
awesome chill
story
streams.
shit.
Again, bringing back so many awesome things that we were doing. You know, over the course of the month,
no
like
online,
Minecraft, Lego streams, etc. But
keep
also starting up
Auto 5,
new projects,
shit, right?
new exciting things. Right? It was really, really cool. So, oh, by the way, someone thinks you're making $20 an hour on Kick. They would be grossly, ridiculously over-exaggerating. Number one, you got to understand that I am in the Kick Partner program, but I'm a co-streamer. So what that means is I make half as much as anyone who is a full-time Kick streamer only. Okay? If you exclusively stream on Kick, you can make a lot more, but I'm co-streaming. So therefore, you only
can we get somebody to look up this information? I'm joking. I'm about to tell you what it is.
And in addition to that, like I said,
I know
it varies greatly depending on your viewership.
I'm high as fuck. I'm not gonna look.
Other things like I don't know their formula
today.
because they don't actually make it public.
I'm not gonna look, bro. You know, I'm kicking back. I'm having a really relaxing morning. I want to be a lazy bitch like DSP today, bro. But I swear to God, if I was to look that shit up, I swear to God, he's fibbing a little.
But I can tell you, some streams that I've been streaming, I made like almost nothing per hour. And then other streams, I actually made a good amount per hour. And then sometimes it's in the middle, and it doesn't seem to have any consistency. Like there's no way you can predict what you're gonna make. But anything extra is good. You know, like that is a huge asset to me. Like I said, on a month like this month,
what do you mean? That's actually a lie. They give you all these tools, Phil. You actually know how much you're gonna get. You do. YouTube, Twitch, Kick, dog. How do you know, Chilbury? Cause I sit here monetize like DSP. I use Kick too and Twitch. I have a Twitch account. I just don't use it, dude. I swear to God, they all give you the tools. It shows you down to the motherfucking dime, nigga. How much you gonna get, dude? When the
I was just kind of treading water and doing random games here and there. Can you imagine when I get to a month when there will be big high-profile releases and people will be coming to check out, you know, new hardware launches and new game releases? And like I said, GTA 6.
He wants you to think he's like a waiter at a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, a waiter, you can make like $500 in tips one day. And the other day, it could be a super slow day. You lucky to make 100. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be so epic. I can't wait.
Think of it like that.
Thank you guys. Really. Yes, it is actually my final streaming day of the month because today's the last day of the month. But it's also my final streaming day of this consecutive week because it's a very short week for me. I actually have 2 days off coming up because of scheduling. You know, with appointments and stuff. I had to have these next 2 days off. But when I come back next week on Saturday, all right, which isn't really next week, but it's my next streaming week, it's 7 straight days of streams. That's going to be crazy. We're going to make tons of progress in the games I'm playing.
So
we're going to have time to actually...
I was right, bro. Hey, let's go. Joe Murray never misses. I never lie. I would never lie to you guys. I put it on my fucking son's life, dude. I'll never lie like that. I know it. Yeah, he's making
other things that we haven't done in a
money.
while. So we're starting off with Call of Duty, which I haven't played in a couple of weeks. We're definitely going to put that in the rotation.
Like 3 and a half
we
years,
may have
bro.
extra time for more streams of games like Blueprints, or maybe we could try a different new indie game, something like that. We're definitely going to have time for a couple streams of Minecraft. So it's going to be a great week, and I'm very excited for it. I hope that you guys are too. Of course, all of this is capitalized and emphasized and hyped up by the marathon. Okay, so FYI, we are there. We have hit the milestone where now, when we get to the 50 goals,
have you guys noticed? For those of you who watch Cyrax, tomorrow, if I'll find content. I'm not gonna pop up if I have like absolutely nothing to show you guys. You know, like Phil, dude. But if I find enough content, dude, out there in the streets, I'll pop up. But bro, I do want to watch some of these Cyrax crash outs with you guys, because they're just like Phil's, dude. They're hilarious. Like, he thinks he's like innovating new genres of music, like pretty much using AI, bro, to like make music. Some any dumbass could do. This shit's hilarious. He's like, ugh, it's so diluted, bro. He sounds just like Phil.
It is time for the return of a fun marathon.
I swear, those two could be fucking buddies.
Viewers' choice.
He's like begging Donald Trump. Cyrax is begging Donald Trump to like help him with the trolls and shit.
Quest. You said we want viewers' choice, and I said, ask and you shall receive. So right now, you guys are nominating games for viewers' choice.
He will legalize it.
For us to swat what games have been nominated so far? A wide variety of games have been nominated. Let's just take a quick look at some of them. Hold on one second, because I don't know if this is going to be on. Okay.
Do you see Trump doing some shit like that, though? Sorry, I'm getting derailed. I'm high as fuck. Excuse me, but I could totally see Trump going,
so right now, I'm about to sign an executive order. This is the Wings 007 bill. This enables all trolls worldwide in America to go after anyone they think they're pedophiles.
Bro, that would be sick as shit. Yo, you have like me and Wings and King Sly standing behind Donald Trump with Make America Great Again. You wouldn't know it's us. You know who King Sly is in fucking 007. I'd be sitting there like all anonymous and shit.
I'm on a weird spot because I moved my camera for Claire Obscure, but I'll be on this side for some reason while we do
Trump
this.
gives all this opinion.
So FYI, here's just some of the games that have been nominated. Lost Records Tape 2. Okay then. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 seems a lot of people want to see me try this game.
Yeah, what's up, Josuke? Sorry, bro.
This isn't even a game, so get out of here. Counter-Strike.
I gotta be better about keeping my eye on the ball when I'm high like this.
Dude, I didn't even, people have mentioned that to me.
This weed I got is so fucking
Counter-Strike
strong.
2 is out. And I didn't even know. I was like, what? Counter-Strike 2? So apparently that's one there. Chess again, the return of chess. I don't know what cell damage is. Finished some of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door remake. That was one that actually was nominated last time for Viewer's Choice, but didn't make it. Dave the Diver, Mountain Blade Warband or Bannerlord. Sex with Hitler. How about Ban from U2? Here we go. Crusader Kings.
Badger. Like,
Fear and Hunger 1 or 2.
Like, there'd be an empty seat. No, we'd be in the Oval Office, bro, and I put, like, a few extra black people in there with us and Trump. And I'd actually be there, just, like, right there in front of your face. It'd be up to you to guess which one's show.
Sadly, I can't play Fear and Hunger.
But I'd be there, too. I'd grab a 10
but I'll leave it on there anyway. American Truck Simulator. Someone had mentioned that the other day. And then as we scroll down, you're going to see lots of different ones, okay?
Giving us the powers we need to keep the internet safe from these fucking
here's another one.
freaks.
Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door remake.
And protecting our children.
I'm going to have to add that with the other one. So the way it works is you nominate a game.
Trump does some
and
shit
then
like that
people can also nominate the game in a separate post, or they can thumb up your nomination. And the games that are most nominated are going to make it into a final poll, which you guys are going to vote on, okay? And that poll will determine what games actually make it into the marathon. And the way it works is typically during one of these marathons, I play around 4 games. And it's fun. It's good variety. And sometimes if I like a game enough, we end up turning it into a full playthrough on the channel. So you can see it keeps going. It's like endless amounts of nominations. So here's the deal. If you want to see your game or your nomination make it to the marathon, I strongly advise not only posting it up, but trying to rally people to your cause. The more people who like your nomination, that's going to get it chance increased that we're going to play it during the marathon. Okay, you never know how the poll's going to go, because there's going to be a final poll as well. But the more nominations, the better. So get to it if you haven't yet. Nominate games over there, okay? And that will be running until the weekend, probably Saturday-ish, maybe Sunday. And then I will say, okay, enough nominations. Time to tally up, the nominations and all of that. And then we'll do a poll, and you guys will vote for a day or two, and the most, voted for games will be the ones that we play during the marathon. Now, you might say, that's great. When's the marathon? I don't know. The marathon timing is dependent on you. It depends on when we hit 50 goals of support, but it also depends on scheduling. For example, I said I'm here for 7 days straight. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay? Typically, marathons do much better when I do them on weekends. Why? Because a lot of people have either school or work off on weekends. You have more time to plan for it ahead of time, stuff like that. In this case, because of the timing, okay, unless we get an incredible amount of support, all right, so we're talking, I would have to hit 9 more goals between now and like Sunday, right? If we get 9 more goals between now and Sunday, then yeah, we could do the marathon on Sunday. And that's like, for me, my opinion is that would be perfect timing. Sunday would be the perfect day because more people would be here, food, booze, variety of games. It would be a great, positive, festive vibe to start the month of May. But I don't think we're going to hit 9 goals between now and Sunday. I mean, we would have to have a massive rallying. And the thing is, this week actually has been on the slower side. For example, this week, we have less than 30 gifted subs over on Kick, which is insanely slow for me. Usually I have way more than that. So because of that, I don't see that real momentum happening. All right. So realistically, I'm thinking that I probably will be hitting the goal maybe around the middle of next week.
Like,
I mean, that's it. If you just say, let's say I hit every goal
instead
one a
of
stream.
using the word support.
There'll be 2 today, 2 Saturday, 2 Sunday, 2 Monday. We'd probably hit it around Tuesday. But that's assuming we hit a goal every single stream, which doesn't happen.
Money every day, Phil.
Then again, sometimes we hit multiple goals a stream, and that's not predictable. Like, you just don't know, right? So, all that being said, let's see what happens. It's this simple. The more you support, the more goals hit, the sooner the marathon happens.
Man, if I got $1,000 in one stream, I swear to fucking God, I'm planning a trip to California. I'm out of here. I swear I'm taking me, the wife, and the kid. I'm going to the fucking beach for a week, and I'll see you guys later. Shit. I'll do some giveaways. We'll have an insane giveaway, of course, but not it
happens. I would love to do it on the weekend, but it would take probably a miracle for that to happen. You'd probably have to have one or several very generous individuals to come by and support, whether it's Kick, YouTube, or a tip or whatever. We'd have to have a giant amount of support. And I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see what happens. Never say never, because every time that I say something like that, all of a sudden people shock me. And, quite frankly, this whole last 8-9 months has been amazing. It's life-changing. Now I have a much better setup. We have flexibility to do whatever we need to do on any stream, whether it's
life-changing, still does the same content, if not worse. Still complains and bitches about the same things that bother him, right? Yeah, totally life-changing things happen to you, Phil.
It's a PC game, a console game, no matter how much it costs, what the availability is. I've been able to spend some more time with my wife, which is great. I'm looking forward to the next couple of days where I get to spend time with her, which I don't normally get to do.
Our boy's so straight now, you don't have to ask.
I never would have told you that this would have happened in the last 9 months. I never would have guessed, okay? And it has. So, like I said, never say never. Let's see what
happens. It's just so gay. It's so manipulative, the way he talks. It's like that talk to make you feel like, the things you've done for him actually are appreciated when they're not, bro. He's just spent a bunch of garbage on himself he didn't fucking need.
What happens over the next
spent the rest on his goddamn booze.
This would be a good time to get started. For example, last night on the Blueprint stream.
I'm telling you, that was some of the best shit that Phil did do and expose was because of the Kino Casino shit. I'll say this. Him going on that one wrestling show, bro, and him just bold-faced saying it. I'm afraid of people not liking me anymore and not watching my streams at all and just not supporting me because I revealed the WWE champions and all that for I just love it. It's like, I know what your fears are now.
Support was incredibly slow.
We already kind of
I think that's a symptom of, number one, Blueprints now being a night stream when normally it was a day stream. And number two, the fact of the kind of game that it is. You'll every once in a while get someone who really likes that kind of game coming by, but it's not going to be consistent, right? So let's get back on track today. You guys have really liked Expedition 33. Me too. I love Expedition 33.
Swear to God, I hope the TOS
original.
I hope, like, because people like Trump are in charge and they're so, like, you know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, that, like, YouTube is pressured to tweak the TOS, that, like, begging for money or being aggressive about, like, asking for contributions and shit is just, like, you're gonna get an instant strike for that
fun
shit.
Game. I can't wait to play it today. All right, so like let's get it going. Let's totally stick around after this podcast to enjoy the game. And also, let's get some support rolling if you can. Let's see if we can hit some of these goals and get to this marathon, right?
Yo.
Cheers.
Literally, we should write Uncle Trump about Phil. They try to get him banned on YouTube. We could probably get him deported for no fucking reason without due process or seeing a judge. All we'll say is he's from fucking Italy, and not the good part. Phil's dude. He says it all the time. He's an authentic Italian guy, bro, from Italy. I swear. Like, his parents just sat here and shat him out. He ain't a true American, Uncle Trump. Fuck, come on, dude. Can we patch his ass up, dude?
1 second.
He's part of a game.
My curtains are slightly open and the sun is starting to come through because Jasper was in here yesterday. He was jumping in and out of the window. I just want to fix that quickly because it's distracting.
Yo, what's up, TJ? My M-word. What the fuck is he doing now, bruh? This fucking schmuck?
Is simple. YouTube only allows one membership per person. Okay? On Kick, this isn't a problem. Do you want to know why? Because on Kick, unlimited memberships per person, unlimited subs per person. There's people on Kick who right now have 3 months of subs built up. Kick is crazy like that. They'll just let you keep having ongoing subscriptions and it keeps stacking. But on YouTube, you can only have one at a time. Now, if you are a ginormous content creator on YouTube and you get tens of thousands of viewers a day, it's probably not a big deal. But if you're a mid to small time YouTuber, if people are coming to your channel and just dumping and dumping and dumping nearly valueless memberships on your channel, what ends up happening is now you can't get valid memberships. If someone, let's say someone dumps 1,000 fake memberships on a channel and the channel only gets a few viewers a day, like 10, 20 viewers a day. Well, now let's say someone actually wanted to support your channel and tries to get you a gifted membership. There's no one to give it to. They've divvied out all of them and it just sits there and never gets assigned. And therefore it never goes through and the person actually gets refunded. This has happened to me a couple times over the years where someone gave so many fake memberships out that my channel had something like 3,000 paid memberships, out of which I only got actually paid for like 400. So there was like 2,600 fake memberships that I got paid like $5 for overall amongst all of them, okay? And that just sucks. It does, it hurts a channel. Luckily for me, I no longer have all my eggs in one basket because I'm streaming on YouTube and on Kick. If someone does happen to screw over my YouTube side there with the memberships, people on Kick supporting kind of make up for it. It's not that big of a deal. But at one point a couple of years ago, it actually did. I took a big financial hit because of it. People were gifting so many fake memberships that, I wasn't having anyone buy real ones. That's the other thing. If everyone has a gifted membership, no one's ever going to buy a real one. And each one should have been a few bucks. So now you get nothing, right? It's all gone. So anyway, you may have noticed this morning, this idiot came by and gifted a bunch of them. I banned them. They did it yesterday. I banned them. There's nothing you can really do because YouTube has to fix it. This is not anything that can be fixed by a streamer. It has to be fixed by YouTube. And we all know YouTube is one of the most lazy, slow-moving, bad timing to react to anything businesses ever created. You can literally step-by-step explain to them how things are being exploited and they just ignore it. I actually did 2 years ago. I was step-by-step explaining this to YouTube customer support They don't care. They were just like, oh, well, like, don't you understand that you could put mid to small time YouTubers like out of business? They can't get legit memberships. Well, oh, well, they don't care. We'll submit this to our team for review and consideration. That's all they say. And then nothing ever changes. They don't give a shit. So it's not a big deal, quite frankly. The most annoying part about it is that the channel gets spammed with pop-ups that really aren't beneficial. You don't need to see the 50 people got valueless memberships, right? It's not like you're celebrating because someone just massively supported the stream. It didn't happen. You know, you made a few, like, no exaggeration, for the 50 gifted subs when they dropped that, that's like $1. So, woohoo. Now, if you get one of those gifted memberships, good for you. You still got it. You still get the benefits of it, but it doesn't benefit me as a streamer. You see? So I hope that explains it. Every once in a while, someone asks the question again, and I explain the situation. I know it sucks because some people don't know about it. And then when they see it happen, they're getting excited. Like, oh my God, look at all the support Bill just got. I'm like, nope, none of it counts. It's just nonsense. It's just stupidity. These people, you know, abusing this. So anyway. All right, well, that's that. It's not a big deal. If it happens again on the stream, I'll just take care of it quick. It's not the end of the world. It's just an annoyance at this point. You know, at one point it was freaking me out years ago, but not really. Don't really care anymore. Been there, done that.
Then why are you talking about it, bro?
Okay. So, thank you for the first couple of tips there. Let's get some more support going. Who's going to be the first super chatter of the day? Who's going to be the first member or gifted member of the day? And over on Kick, I'm looking at all of you. Who is going to gift the first sub of the day? Because we need some subs over on Kick. We really do. It's been a slow week. Like I said, we have less than 30 gifted subs on Kick, and that's crazy. Usually on Kick, we get tons, and there's been almost none, you know, this week. So let's get some subs over on Kick and get that momentum going. Okay? All right. Okay. All right, well, let us begin, shall we? Let's talk a little bit about yesterday, how stuff went on the streams, because it went pretty good, I would say. And then we got a couple very quick news stories to cover today, and then we're just going to do some open, like, back and forth Q&A and go from there. I don't really have a ton going on today, so we'll see what you guys want to talk about for the podcast before we jump back into Expedition 33. So yesterday's streams, Oblivion Remastered. This is the third time I played it. Every single time I've played Oblivion Remastered, the game makers, who are they called, Virtuous or Virtuose, they patch the game and make it worse. I don't know why they should just stop touching the game. Because I'm not kidding, every single time there's an update and the update fucks the game up worse. So last time, the update completely broke DLSS, meaning there was no like frame generation, so you couldn't really get the frame rate you wanted and the game was running choppy as shit. Okay? This time around, the DLSS worked, but VSync was broken and would not enable in the game. Even when you turned on VSync, the VSync was still off. So it was completely screen tearing crazy, both on my TV and on my PC monitor, and people on Stream World saying, yeah, it was you know, tearing for them too. So then, this is so dumb. Then I had to find a way, a workaround. I had to go into the NVIDIA app and enable VSync manually in the NVIDIA app, and then it worked in the game, and we played for the rest of the stream with no graphical issues. I just don't get it. Like, if you're a game developer, how do you make mistakes like that? Like, no exaggeration, how would you make a mistake that, oh, we patched the game and actually broke all these features that everyone needs to play the game? Like, I don't get it. But at the same time, you know, basically, I see the distinct difference now between, say, console gaming and PC gaming. When you buy a game on console, are there updates? Yeah, there are, but they're usually not that frequent, right? Like, maybe once in a while they'll patch the game. When they issue an update, it has to go through like that arduous process of being approved by the digital marketplaces before they'll even make that patch available or whatever, right? So basically, it's not that big of a deal on console, But on PC, they're kind of free to just update whenever they want. So sometimes they push out these kind of ridiculous updates that you don't need, that they don't test, and then it breaks a bunch of stuff. This game should not be having graphical issues every time I play it. I should set it up once, and now moving forward, whenever I boot the game, I should be able to just play it with the same settings, but it's not even possible. I boot it up, this was turned off, this is not working, this is reverted. What the hell is going on? But outside of the graphical stuff, we had a great time
know shit about how his computer
Continued
works
on
for
with the plot further.
graphics.
We had to get a Daedric artifact
Who fuck with
to give to
settings
Martin
and
so he
make
could
it
continue his
worse? I seen
research.
that shit,
So we
bro.
went into the Azura Star quest line. Then we went and defended Bruma from an Oblivion gate that opened up, and more stuff like that, right? So it ended up being a pretty good progress stream. I had fun. People are still showing up, engaging and supporting with the Oblivion streams. So that's a great thing. Thanks for that. I hope you'll keep showing up for Oblivion over the course of the next week. I'll keep it in the schedule for now since it's working, right? Okay. Now, as for Blueprints, okay? To be honest, it's one of my favorite games in the rotation right now. I'm craving playing it. We last night, we had one of the most advanced streams of it. We found an entire new area under the mansion, a whole bottom floor under the mansion where there's all this stuff going on, right? We've got this secrets about what's actually going on in the mansion. We found this whole rotating room that leads to new areas. We ended up unlocking permanently new blueprints and new rooms. That was really cool. And we found out essentially we need the basement key. Once we get the basement key, we'll be able to unlock the other half of the underground area and fully explore it and get whatever items or whatever is down there, okay? We found out about combining items in the workshop, and that's how we got the super-powered sledgehammer that let me break through walls and find these secrets, but also we got this hyper-powered, like, laser gun that allowed us to light torches, and we lit 2 torches in a dark area also outside the mansion, and we found another secret blueprint. So we've been doing really good. Like I would argue again, last night Blueprints was an amazing stream. By the end of the stream, just
farmers markets usually.
We had a run where we never had to use diamonds, so I stockpiled like 13, 14 diamonds.
The artisan goods.
Also during this run, by the end of the run, I had something like 30, 40 coins. Then we found the freezer, and we were able to freeze the assets and end the run. So when we continue next time, I start up with all of those items. So right off the bat, I'm going to be able to buy anything I want. I'm actually debating, in the beginning, you get to pick that room outside the mansion. I might pick one of the vendor rooms and just buy all the shit out of the vendor. I don't even know what the vendor has. Maybe it has really rare good stuff. So pretty awesome, and I'm excited for it next time we play. But the problem is, people are not supporting Blueprints. Last night, during that stream, we had maybe 2 people who did super chats, like 1 tip. By the end of the night, basically, I made $40. And I'm like, damn, that's, obviously a far, far cry from hitting our goals. Now, the good news is, Blueprints has done well up to now. And I love the game. It's not a game that I want to drop. It's not. I actually like it so much that I want to continue playing it, and I will this week. But I do hope that people will be aware, all right? And hopefully people will come by and start hanging out and show up and support that stream. If not, let's say you're someone who watches Blueprints on demand after the fact, please consider supporting it in another way. A super thanks on the video helps a lot and lets me know you're still enjoying it and want to support it. Or you could come by on a different stream whenever you can make it. If you contribute, be sure to say, hey, FYI, this is my support for Blueprints because I like the game, just that I couldn't make the night stream. I understand that Blueprints was many day streams, and then I had to turn it into night streams when more new games came out.
God.
Excuse me.
Oh my God, dude.
That's what usually happens. When we play games like that are ongoing and lengthy, and eventually they have to become late night streams. But please, let's get some support going for Blueprints. I like the game. We're so far into the game as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are something like, if you do the math, I think we're like 16 to 18 hours in, even though we're only 12 parts in. Some of those parts have been quite lengthy. Like last night, that part was like, I believe it was like an hour and 20, 30 minutes. So please support Blueprints moving forward, especially when I bring it back next week. I'm craving, like right now, if I could play it, I would be happy playing it because I like it that much. I want to play it, but I got to keep the variety going, right? Okay. So like I already said, I'm off for the next 2 days. When I come back on Saturday, we're going to continue on with Oblivion Remastered on the first stream. And then it's going to be Black Ops 6 multiplayer returning to the late stream on Saturday night. I know I haven't played Black Ops in a couple of weeks. When I was playing Black Ops, people liked it, but then I was playing it pretty consistently and people got tired of it. It's good when I bring it back from time to time. So we'll be doing Black Ops 6 multiplayer Saturday night, okay? See, I have no idea what's even going on in the game, so I guess we'll find out Saturday night. Sunday, more Clear Obscure Expedition 33, and then on the late stream, more Minecraft Now Java Edition. That's the critical change that we ended up making last week, was going from Bedrock to Java Edition. I'm excited to continue on because all the resources and all the things I want to do are right in front of me.
Keep playing
and it's
Black
not
Ops.
ultra annoying or difficult like it was with that Bedrock run where they put
And
me
he
in the
does
Badlands.
it, so yeah, it's variety.
So I'm definitely looking forward
quote unquote,
to that
so
on
you
Sunday
can stick
night.
around for
as
a
for the
little
rest
while
of the week,
longer.
it's up in the air. We could be doing this marathon whenever we hit these goals to qualify for it. So it could be as early as possible. It could be later on in the week. I'm not sure. But we're going to have a lot of fun this week coming up, balancing Oblivion with Clair Obscur. There's going to be more Blueprints, continuing with Minecraft. Like I said, bringing back Call of Duty. I may have a random night, depending on how the
Yo, what's up, BD? Good to see you,
Maybe
man.
we'll do a random indie night where we just have, hey, let's just do a random indie game. Let's take a look and maybe pick one and just try it out and see if it's any good. Because we've done that before, and when we do it, sometimes the game ends up being really good and we play a full playthrough of it. And most of these indie games aren't very long, right? So let's see what happens with that. Another thing that we could actually do is we could do Schedule 1, which I played only during my birthday marathon for like an hour, and then we never went back to it. So we could go back to Schedule 1 and actually play. Okay, so yeah, let's see how it goes. And hopefully you guys will join me for the fun this long, extended week of streaming. 7 straight freaking streaming days. Okay? Boy, it's gonna be tiring, I'm sure. Okay. This is hilarious. So here I am, I'm sitting here, I'm talking about all these topics. Okay? Interesting topics, things about the schedule. The viewers on Kick are saying, your undershirt is too long.
It is though. I mean, it is. I'll try not to nitpick it, but like your sleeves are going way beyond your overshirt sleeves, Phil. It's ridiculous. You look fucking goofy, bro. You dress like a little boy that's trying to dress like an adult, essentially, dude. You don't know how to dress yourself. That shit's kind of funny because you're like 43.
I'm talking about how the month went, talking about the awesome games I'll be playing and the games I'm playing now, planning for an awesome marathon. This is what you're thinking about. This is your major focus in life right now, is the length of my undershirt. Do you think maybe there might be something wrong? Do you think perhaps that's not normal human behavior? That you're so obsessed with my undershirt that I'm wearing on the stream? You think perhaps that could be something? There's a word for that. Perhaps there's like a diagnosis for that kind of behavior that maybe would be accurate to describe it. And that perhaps you know, when you hyperfixate on something that's completely pointless and meaningless and trite, but you just can't stop hyper-focusing on it for some weird reason. It's the most important thing to the world to you.
Like you and begging for support, and you and your weird schedule. You fucking spamming everything in Twitter about your schedule, what you're doing. The way you always have to talk about the same things over and over in a very fixated way, Phil. Yeah, I know. Come on, Phil.
even when it's not the focus point of attention and no one else is talking about it, but you just can't help but hyperfixate on something so inconspicuously unimportant in the world.
Like, literally, the joke's not funny. Like, he went beyond, like, 5 seconds. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I'm talking about? You think there might be a name for something like that? Do you think we can figure it out? Anyway. I am fine with my clothes. In fact, they're very comfy. This is a bamboo shirt. Yes, this is a shirt made mostly from bamboo fibers, which makes it incredibly stretchy, but also incredibly cooling. It's like a wicking shirt. It wicks moisture, but also it just keeps you cool. It's a very aerated undershirt. I really like it. This shirt, I used to wear buttoned. The reason that I'm not going to wear it buttoned anymore is because it's got this, it was mismanufactured, basically. This right here is supposed to fold over, so when the shirt's buttoned, it looks good. But look what happens. It just flaps over, and you can't actually get it to not do that. They mismanufactured it. The button actually should have either been lower, or that shouldn't have been that long.
Yo, he wants to say other people have autism. This is the guy who literally made like a 1 minute long joke just to say that somebody has autism. Then he's doing this. This like feels a fucking low cow, I swear to God.
So basically, whenever I tried to wear this shirt,
I love this
and I would button it, it would look bad because this thing would be flapping over like that, and I can't stop it. You see? So I said, well, I'll just wear it with an undershirt then, right? That's as much thought as I gave to it. It's kind of annoying. It won't button right. I'll just put an undershirt on then. That's fine. Oh no, we're going to hyper fixate on Phil wearing an undershirt and talk about his undershirt being too long. How about stop being fucking obsessive and weird and focusing on nonsense that doesn't matter? No one should care about this. Why are we even talking about it? Anyway, let's continue logically, shall we? Thank you very much. Okay, Chris became a member, and that legitimately is a new membership this morning. So thank you, Chris. Technically, this is our first membership of the day, so let's get Chris on the leaderboard. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that, Chris. And I'm having problems with my touchpad. Oh, this is not good. What is going on? I can't click. Wow, I'm having major problems with the touchpad on my keyboard. Not good at all. Okay. Okay. There we go. Jeez. Oh, I've tried everything. Every Roy says, did you try ironing the flap down? I tried ironing the shirt. I tried steaming the shirt. I tried, some streams, I put a freaking paper clip on the shirt to try to hold it in place. It's too much effort for a stupid shirt. I like the shirt, but it's too much effort for a shirt that I'm wearing on a gamer stream. I'm not some kind of a fucking fashion model coming out here. I'm not on Hollywood. I don't have 5,000 paparazzi who are filming me to put me on the front page of Vogue. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be in a tabloid today. I don't care. So I said, enough of this annoying thing. I'm just going to wear an undershirt on it. I don't give a shit. Okay? But no, I really didn't expect that we would have very, very hyper-focused people over on Kick talking about the length of my undershirt. Ridiculous. Okay. Thanks for a $2 super chat. Adnan. Thank you, Adnan. That's actually our first super chat of the day. Very nice.
Phil got some saggy little titties.
Here you go. Flatman B says, I'm very concerned that one of your collar edges may not be symmetrical. Well, stop the stream.
He got like
stop the
titties
podcast,
like Mermaid
stop
Man
the world from spinning.
from
We've got to
SpongeBob,
solve
bro.
this problem. It's the biggest priority of everyone's life right now, right? Game Boy, how you doing today? Good to see you, Game Boy. Excuse me. Whew. Okay, so I've pretty much covered the general topics I wanted to cover today. We got 2 quick news stories to cover. All right, we'll do them real fast because they're not anything that really needs to be too lengthy. Okay. First news story, Lost Soul Aside has been delayed. For those who don't know, Lost Soul Aside is a game that was supposed to come out May 30th. From everything we saw, it kind of looked like Final Fantasy 16. But I couldn't really put my finger on it. I've only seen a little bit of gameplay of it from one of the preview things that we had watched. But it officially got delayed this morning. Some people are upset about this delay, and others are happy, saying, hey, if it means that if it's a 3-month delay and it ends up being a really good game, it's worth it, as opposed to rushing it out now and having this lack of polish and all these problems. So, to be honest, I wasn't that excited for it anyway. I was probably going to try it, but I don't know if it was going to turn into something we liked or not. So, I don't know, but it's delayed. Okay? FYI. The other piece of update here, or I guess news, is kind of interesting. Sea of Stars is getting a free DLC on May 20th. It's called Throes of the Watchmaker.
Why do you care?
You
didn't even play the game,
for the cast
bro.
of Sea of Stars. 8 hours of gameplay, new areas, music, dungeons, mini games, enemies, bosses, and puzzles, new playable classes, as well as a brand new character. And you can do local co-op with 3 players, which we already knew you could do local co-op. So for those of you who like Sea of Stars but haven't played it in a while because, you know, at this point, what, 1.5, 2 years old? Good news for you. For me, I never got to get back to it. If you remember, I was playing it in late 2013, or excuse me, late 2023, early 2024. And then we put it on hold and we just never got back to it. So sadly, for me, it doesn't really matter because, it is what it is. You know, I never got back to it. But for those who like the game, good news for you. And it's, by the way, it's free. Should emphasize that. They're actually making expansion content for their game that's completely free. That's pretty awesome. All right? To just offer something free to the consumer who's already bought the game. They're not looking for any extra profits or anything like that. That's pretty cool. Okay? Okay. All right, well, that's pretty much what I got for today's show. All right? So first of all, thank you to those who have done early support. I appreciate you. Let's get some more going, like I said. Let's get our first sub. First of all, our first sub on Kick. We don't have a sub on Kick today. We need to get some momentum going. Let's get our first sub over on Kick. Outside of that, anything appreciated. Please, let's get some support today. We need to hit the goal on this stream to get momentum going towards the marathon. Again, the sooner the better. I would love to do the marathon this coming week. Notably as early as possible, maybe during the weekend. That would be great if we could.
Phil,
So,
it was easy to convince Chris Chan because Chris Chan, you know, I think like had some a little bit of sugar in his take the whole time. But I don't think you could like convince.
Let's get
Phil.
it going. And then, of course, please
The
stick
wearer
around.
bra. I think he probably just like sucking
Because
dick
after
secretly.
the stream, I should say
We
the
could probably
podcast,
convince him to suck
it's
a
time for more
penis.
Expedition 33, and today is major story development in the game. That's what we're focusing on, is story, okay? So I hope you'll stick around for the story stuff. Oh, that is true. Game Boy just called this out. This afternoon, around 2 p.m., there is a Borderlands exclusive state of play. It's regarding Borderlands 4, and I'm not going to cover it live. I'm going to be playing Expedition 33. To be frank, I didn't really like Borderlands 3, and I think Borderlands 4 looked awful. But for the sake of me covering stuff on the show, I probably will talk about this on Saturday's podcast. It'll be broadcast, and I'll watch it. Maybe if there's a trailer or there's new gameplay to look at, we'll look at it and talk about it together on Saturday's show. Okay? Thank you so much to C-Jor. Is CJ Hour 82 or C-Jor 82? I'm not sure. Just gifted 5 subs over on Kick. Greatly appreciated. C-Jor or CJ Hour. I don't know how to pronounce your name. You can tell me in chat if you'd like me to pronounce it properly. Our first gifted subs of the day. Great support. That's $25 of support right there, folks. So that propels us right up to $41 of support. Thank you so very much, C-Jor or CJ Hour. I feel stupid because I don't know how to say your name. Please tell me in the chat so I can stop sounding stupid. Okay. Very nice. Now, that's amazing. Who's going to match that? Who's going to match those 5 gifted subs with 5 more? So that way we can keep that momentum rolling, right? There we go. Okay. Let me just take a look quickly at this. People are tipping $1 and $2 to say ridiculous things. All right. I'm not going to entertain the nonsense. I've already told you guys this, right? So, you know, please understand that. Because it looks like we just got $3 in tips, but it's stuff that I'm just not going to address on stream. All right. So thanks for the tips. I'm not answering ridiculous questions. I'm not going on dramatic tangents. Okay. None of this. Okay. And now we got some fake gifted memberships. Let me just get rid of those quickly. There we go. Done. Just like that. Boom. Okay, good. A few will pop up, but they should stop popping up in just a second. I would expect that this will keep happening over and over the course of the day. Sylvester Stallone, to address this, if you guys, I'm just going to say this. You guys know, you well know the level of harassment that I get, and you know that I can't talk about stuff that I do outside of this room or on broadcast until it's after the fact, right? So if you say, hey, Phil, can you tell us all about what you're going to be doing on your days off for the next 2 days already? I have an answer for you. No. I can't tell you about anything I'm going to be doing on my days off for the next couple of days, especially not specifics. Why? Because if I did, weirdo, brainless fucks would probably try to screw with me. I can tell you about what I did on my days off when I come back, but I can't tell you about them ahead of time. So I want you to understand it's nothing personal, right? At all. I hope that Sylvester Stallone understands that. This is not something personal.
All
I'm
right,
not trying to
Phil,
blow you
most
off. I'm not
people
trying to insult you or call
Shut
you a jerk.
the fuck up.
I actually appreciate your interest in my private life and what I do. I just can't safely tell you anything. Let me tell you this. I actually do have quite a few things lined up for the days off.
Fuck your business what I'm doing.
I couldn't. There's certain things you just can't do on like weekends. Even though you try really hard, it just doesn't work out. Okay? So, you know, I had to take this different time off than usual to do certain things. But I certainly can't tell you. I can tell you later, all right? Exactly, it's oversharing. And when you overshare, especially when you overshare ahead of time and stuff, people try to mess with your life and, you know, there's nothing you can really do. You got to be careful. I've learned to be careful about this stuff. Okay, so we've covered all the topics that I would like to cover. By the way, again, these are more bunk gifted memberships, so congrats to anyone who's getting them, but sadly, they don't benefit me. Thanks for the early support as well.
They do.
Let's see what you guys want to talk about. Tag me in chat, and
so.
let's have some conversation. We got about half an hour to shoot the shit before I get into Expedition 33. When will the game suggestions close up for the marathon? This weekend, probably Saturday-ish, Sunday at the latest. I'll let you guys nominate games for the next few days, and then I'll close it off and do a poll. A poll probably starting on like Sunday, okay? I'm not canceling members. There's no way to cancel a membership. Once it's gifted, it's gifted. I'm trying to stop these pop-ups from bombarding the stream that aren't legit, because these are, you know, this is, when you see a pop-up on stream, this is supposed to be a celebration of someone who came, you know, said, hey, I want to really support your content, and that's what the pop-up's supposed to be for, giving people credit for their support. It's not supposed to be someone changed their IP address to say they're from Argentina and spent $1.
Hey, big ups Argentina. Let's go.
Because they're completely stupid, you know. Okay, so, oh, by the way, let me type into Kick Chat, because I guess it's hard to tag me if I don't type in Kick Chat, which is really weird. What is my lighting theme today? So, interestingly enough, all right, the actual lighting theme, I'll show you what it is. This is the actual lighting theme. Ready? So, taking a look at what it looks like behind me right now, you might say, oh, that's kind of interesting. It's supposed to be like smoke, like a dramatic cloud of smoke behind you that's kind of moving, like in a little bit of breeze or whatever, like atmospheric smoke. It does look like that, right? It's pretty cool, actually. I like that. But I said I wanted to do something a little bit more creative than that. So basically, you can change colors. And I said, hey, why not go on like a rainbow color cycle? So it's supposed to basically be like, you know, like a changing backdrop of rainbow colored smoke. So I think it looks pretty nice. There you go. What is my favorite memory of streaming? Oh, man. For me, like, I don't have like very super distinct memories of things during streaming, because I stream so much.
And getting away
it's
with
hard
it.
to have like one moment really just like stand out. But like, for example, I totally remember the premiere night of Grand Theft Auto 5, where I did the unboxing of the collector's edition, and then we booted it up for the first time, and I played a lot that night. I remember I played like at least 3 or 4 plus hours that release night, and then I was drinking near the end of the night. At the late night part of the stream, I was drinking while we were playing, and that's when we had the moment, the joke about Franklin breaking into Michael's house and the stupid guy saying, oh, he's black, and everyone freaked out at the joke on the stream. So I totally remember that.
How do you remember that? What the fuck,
but you know,
bro?
there's what I remember are memorable moments of games. Like, I remember the first time I was playing Bloodborne and we were in the nightmare world, and those giants throw the rocks at you, and I just remember how well I was doing on this one particular run, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, an unforeseen rock just landed on my head and squished me, and I reacted, everyone on the stream reacted, and we're like, whoa, you know. Those are some of the moments that I remember, you know, from streams from the past. But the thing is, there's other awesome, I would just remember streams in general. Like, I remember the Summer of Judgment. Does anyone remember the Summer of Judgment? So when Judgment 1 came out, the fact that this was made by the same guys who had made Yakuza, and it played like that, but it was a completely different plot, completely different kind of vibe of game. And we just really enjoyed the lengthy playthrough I did that summer, and having these nice night streams of relaxing and interacting while we were playing the game. And we called it the Summer of Judgment, and we loved it. It was just such a fun vibe, you know? So I mean, like, all these different times, these things that I did on stream, it's not necessarily like, oh, one streaming moment, but it's like an entire, you know, something, a series of things and stuff like that. You know, to some extent, I even remember back in the day before I even streamed, some of the late night premieres that I would do. I remember once, this was so weird. I was playing one of the Call of Duties. I couldn't tell you which one it was. I think it was one of the Modern Warfares from back in the day. And I was actually doing a release night stream of the campaign. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, my desktop PC, which was in my living room, where I did my content, right? My desktop PC started randomly playing someone else's stream of the game. I don't even know why. I hadn't been watching any streams of the game.
Oh my God. Is he really trying to retcon that shit? When we caught him like clearly, dude, in broad daylight in 4K, watching a guide essentially of the game. Oh my God, Phil.
I think I had YouTube open, but it was probably like my page. So how the holy hell that happened? It was like
weird.
The most random thing.
This is so weird. Like, hey, what's your favorite moments? And it's like he's picking little things that he could just sit here and try to retcon real quick. What the fuck,
Scared the shit out of me because it was these guys screaming while they were playing, like, oh, and it played during I was playing, so it picked it up on the camera mic, and we were all like, what the fuck? It freaked me out, and the viewers, of course, referenced that later, like, what the hell just happened? So that's what I mean, like, some random things like that stand out for me from stuff that happened over the years.
Very weird things, Phil, that stand out to you.
Xbox died during Alan Wake. It wasn't the Xbox, the power turned on.
Things
the actual power in my neighborhood went out. So I'm playing a game where you're in the woods, and the only way you can see is with a flashlight, and then all my power went out, so I had to pull out a flashlight and actually use it in my condo to see on camera. It was actually awesome. Like, what the hell? You know, the funny part is, that would actually happen again, because now I have battery backups on everything, so even if the power were to go out here, my PCs still work, so the lights would go out, like all the stuff behind me would go out and stuff, but some of the lights and things would go out, and then it would still keep recording. So it's funny because I started out that way back in the day with a camera and a battery, and now if the power went out, I would still actually keep recording because of the battery backups that I have in my office. Pretty cool. Kate, I already answered this. Weren't you listening? He said, when do gaming suggestions close? This weekend. This weekend, the suggestions will close. How many games will make it to the final poll? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I think YouTube at most can only do like 5 options in a poll. Shut everything down, you know. So we could do like 2 polls, maybe, and just have people vote in general. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. It really depends on how many games get nominated. Kate, thank you for a $5 super chat. It's our. He says, sorry I missed it. I like polls in brackets with a final face-off tournament style. Would be a fun stream? Can we do that? I received a $2 tip, and all it says is Gorilla. Okay, Gorilla it is, indeed. No, we're not doing the Closet Festival. The Closet... Well, the polls would be public, and they'd be posted on the
Freaked me out for 2 seconds.
It wouldn't be a stream.
I didn't know what was going on.
Actual polls posted on my YouTube page, see? On the, where they're posted right now. Right now,
almost threw up, bro.
Tab of the channel. That's where the polls would go. Okay. So we're at $51 of support, a third of the way to our goal, folks. Thank you for that. Thank you for that momentum. Let's keep that momentum going. Let's hit $100 by the end of the podcast, so that way there's only not that much pressure when we get to Expedition 33.
Pressure for who?
We can double it up and hit 2 goals today to make up for last night. That would be great. Let's see what happens.
No pressure for who? The fuck?
Are people getting the new membership badge tomorrow? To my knowledge, no.
Bitch?
I think the actual official anniversary, it's sometime, I want to argue it's the first week of May. I could be wrong about that, but I think it's sometime like the 6th or 7th or something like that. Whatever the day was that I was streaming on I was streaming on Twitch, and they erroneously banned me and accused me of saying the N-word, which I have never said. I couldn't believe that they accused me of saying it. And I got so angry at them. And I said, you're so irresponsible to actually suspend a stream before you've even verified that the thing that the person is accused of actually happened. Like, what kind of an unprofessional atmosphere do you have? Who would want to work with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, who would want to do that when you just can't trust this site, that this site is going to be trustworthy, that you're on a whim, you're going to, suspend my whole
He's making this
thing.
all
You're
up
out of your
off
mind.
the top, bro.
Okay.
He's freestyling right now, Doc.
So I quit. And then I came over to YouTube, and I started streaming on YouTube every single day.
That's not what happened. That's not even what happened.
I'm trying to remember exactly when that was. Maybe I could find out.
That's not even what happened, bro. Bro, that shit was like a nuclear bomb hitting New York. Like, I know where I was when Phil got demonetized on Twitch, dude. It was the day the earth stood still for just a second.
I gotta log in under my other account that doesn't have ads.
The world stood still and held its breath, bro, collectively for like 1 second, man. You literally be lying. Why you lying about this shit, Phil? It's not why you left
April 30th,
Twitch.
2021, I started.
You left Twitch because they demonetized you, dog. Because the trolls finally got through to them showing all the shit you've done, dude. They finagled you. Phil, say the F word all the time.
Oh, here it is. Twitch bans me for no reason. I've had it.
Yo, what's up, Chris? Good to see you, man. Oh, shit. Yeah, the creator class stuff?
So this was...
Yeah, I heard it's going to be a bust, bro.
Oh, here it is. May 15th,
we already knew that,
2021. May 15th. And the next part...
I'm going to have to look into that some more tonight.
This was May 19th.
Dropped out?
So
Holy
May
crap.
15th, 2021 was when they unprofessionally banned me for no reason without verifying anything. They realized their mistake and reversed it later that day, but I said, I'm not going back to your site. I'm not going to deal with unprofessional idiots ever again. Okay? So...
Dude, the memes about it on Twitter have been great.
Sometime between May 15th and May 19th is when it's going to
Someone else
happen.
fucking dropped out of that shit yesterday, did they not?
The 4-year crowns will start to be seen on YouTube. Emerald crowns. You guys have never seen them before, right? The emerald crowns. They're really awesome.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, creator class is like going down to tubes.
So, by the way, for the record, it looks like I received a generous
cover that on
contribution,
Phil's day off tomorrow.
but it got frozen by PayPal. So I want to see quickly if I can actually log into my PayPal and if I can actually see this contribution.
It's the same thing that happened.
I know who
like,
it's from based
it's
on
kind of like
email
the
address.
same thing that happened with the
And if
creator
it is from
class
them, I
last
actually do
time.
trust them, and I'm going to count it.
I swear, the last time
me a
creator
second.
class flopped, I said they need to just not do that anymore. Hate to say it, but Keemstar and his company, they have like a good little stranglehold on that, bro. And creator boxing, and then like, you know, you have creators doing their own shit.
So here it is. Can I see it?
Yep, I said it. Whoever was here when I watched that shitty content cop, bro. You know,
I received
like,
a $50 tip.
it's one of those touchy things. I'm not gonna talk about it too much because, like, I'm a retard that gets high. Like, I know the nuances of the Israel-Palestine shit, and I get how people feel about it, but like, I don't know, man. It's one of those examples of the far left, right? Like the social media far left.
It got put on hold, and
out.
I don't know why, but this person has contributed to me many times
and then,
in the
like,
past,
once
so
you
I
start
trust
like
them.
calling
All of their
CPS on
payments up to now
someone's
have
kid
cleared.
for
I
no
don't know
fucking
why this
reason,
one
bro.
didn't. Let me
Lose
see what
all
they have to
respect
say.
for me. Those people are horrible people.
Hey, Phil, I'm very sad to see an end to Disco Elysium, but I completely understand. I hope you continue to play other indie games like Blueprints, another excellent stream. I love
But
your
it's
work,
like a
and thanks
bad
again. So
idea. It's like the stupidest thing you can do to try to buddy up to Hassan and his gang of goons, whether you like him or not. There's controversy surrounding him, like very, very poignant, in some instances justified, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know this person.
it's
was
just
one
for
of the
clout.
people
iDubbbz did it
who
for
had been
clout,
consistently
bro, and
supporting
it wasn't the right move.
Disco Elysium.
He wasn't thinking
Consistently, like they
ahead.
were there for almost every stream, and they were.
And I'm pretty sure it's that
supporting
stupid
it.
bitch
So
and Nisa.
it sucks.
She's
They
sitting
couldn't
there
make it to this
whispering in
last
his
one,
ear,
and we
and
ended
all
up not
her
even doing
politics
$50
rubbed
on the
off
stream.
on him.
And like I said, no one had showed up. Everyone on the stream was complaining, saying, "Hey, stop playing this game," and that's why we made the decision to stop playing it. Okay, but I agree with them. Like, I like these indie style games. I think they're different. I think that they're refreshing.
Tell you, we're
I
lucky
like
Phil isn't Hassan, bro.
And that's why it's sad when I see less and less people
That's
showing
why I
up for them,
call
less people
Hassan
engaging, less
handsome
people
DSP.
supporting them. I do feel like these indie games should get more attention and more support on a streamer like me and my stuff. I just don't get why people won't show up for them. So anyway, 100%, I agree with you. Thank you for a $50 tip, even though they put it on hold. I'm going to count it because, like I said,
Creator Clash
this particular person has contributed tons of times before.
Yeah, dude, Chris, thanks for reminding me of that. That whole drama was in the very back of my brain, but I'm definitely going to talk about that tomorrow. We're going to dig into it, get stupid high. Yeah, dude, I hate iDubbbz. I hate Anissa. I hate all those people, bro. But yeah, we'll talk about that Creator Clash shit tomorrow. That shit's kind of funny.
You know, via streams like Disco Elysium,
it's a repeat.
I know this is going to clear.
It's literally a repeat of what happened the last Creator
Clash. I have absolutely no idea
Clash,
why PayPal put it on hold today, but I know it's going to clear. So thank you so much. That's a $50 anonymous tip. And that means we're up to 105 and climbing. Thank you guys so very much for that. And let's keep it going. How about this? Now let's hit the goal by the end of the podcast. That way we could just focus on the game and we can maybe hit a second goal while I'm playing Expedition 33 to make up for last night's Blueprint stream. Okay? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get some more support. Let's get some more subs over on Kick. Besides CJ over there, let's get some more.
What's up, Toasty Chestnuts? Give me more. This is disgusting.
Game sharing with another person for PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. At one point, I was doing the game share stuff with my wife. Now I don't need to because I play everything on PC. So, you know, I'm not buying console games to game share. Okay. All right, what else do you guys want to talk about? Would I consider playing Fortnite on May 4th? They're having a Star Wars event? No, I don't care about Fortnite. I don't give two shits about Fortnite. If you want to see Fortnite, nominate it for Viewer's Choice and get people to vote for it, and then we'll play Fortnite. I'm not playing Fortnite on May 4th. All right, Sylvester Stallone, enjoy your ban. I've had enough. Seriously, you're just a fucking idiot. You're just a fucking mouth-drooling dunce, and I've had enough of your idiocy. So goodbye and don't come back. Keep your dollars.
This shit's hilarious, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door is getting a lot of nominations, so maybe we'll finally actually give it a shot. I don't know. If we do, I have to freaking get the Switch back in here. I haven't had the Switch in this room for like a year. Like, when was the last time I played on Switch? So I'd have to get it back in and hook it back up to my setup and everything. We did look at that. We saw the Nolvis Skyrim mod. We've looked at that before. Okay. Yeah, you guys can cut the shit on Kick. Sylvester Stallone literally on this podcast, first he's asking me for things I'm going to do on my day off, which he knows I can't talk about. Then he's saying, oh, did you hear about this thing that could personally hurt Phil? And by him talking about it, What he's trying to do is get attention for it, which then if it actually could hurt streamers, would hurt streamers. So why would he do that? He's an asshole. He's doing it on purpose. He's literally bringing up...
His wife did. His wife did. And it's a natural thing that happens. Like, Cat rubbed off on Phil. A little bit of my wife rubbed off on me. In good ways. Like, I'm way less volatile.
Up every negative thing. So, no, he doesn't get forgiveness.
He way more calm of a person.
I don't care how many fucking stupid emotes you
I'm
guys
way
use
more
in chat.
firm about my boundaries
by the way, it's
in
a
all my
account.
relationships.
If you don't know.
It's like that gay white people shit. What my wife does rubbed off on me, you know? Yeah,
Jalen, yes, I see that you've been suggesting cell damage, and I think people did nominate that for viewer's choice as well. How many handheld consoles do I own?
I don't think there's
Switch,
nothing inherently wrong
and I still
with
have
that,
my Nintendo
right?
3DS XL, I think, somewhere.
You change everything about yourself.
So I guess 2.
Start believing in shit you don't really believe in, dog, right? That's when it's like, what the fuck? That's weird.
Yeah, I know.
Especially
I'm well
if you're
aware.
a grown-ass
full of
man.
LARPers, meaning people who are on sock accounts who are already trolls who get banned and they come back with new accounts and they're trying to pretend to be friends and shit. And then all of a sudden, it's funny. The funny part is when all of a sudden they all bring up exactly the same thing at once, as if they're all sitting in the same Discord server talking behind the scenes, and then they decide to say it on stream. Kind of weird, no?
Old man and his
current gen release. Well, I already played
stupid
Shovel
fucking
Knight.
theories
I don't know why we need a
about
current
what's
gen release like an
happening
8-bit
around
game.
him. He can't conceive, so many people hate him, right? Oh no, it has to be like 30 people in a
streaming on
server.
3DS again? The problem is I doubt it works. You know, all that hardware is outdated by like a decade. You know, I doubt that it would even work with modern Windows, with my modern PC. I don't know. I haven't messed with any of it in so long. I don't even have the software for it, so I don't even know how I would do it. I think the company went out of business too. The company that was modding 3DSs to be capturable on PC, I'm pretty sure they went out of business. So I wouldn't be able to contact them for tech support or anything at this point. What's going on, DT101? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Zyrax, probably not. He says, are you going to do a DSP tries it for the returning chicken tenders at McDonald's? Probably not. First of all, we're not doing a DSP tries it next week because the next goal is the marathon, right? After that, we're going to try to look at some new stuff. Now, what haven't I done? Some things we've been talking about recently. I never did Wingstop. I've literally never bought or tasted Wingstop ever.
Yeah. You ever
So
seen
that
a
could be something interesting to
girthy,
do
chubby
because
white
it's
guy
a first
eat
time actual legit
a chicken
trying
wing
out. It's
before?
not trying a new product. It's trying something.
You want to see an ugly, fucking, out of shape white guy eat a chicken wing? That sounds like good content, dog.
I've never had before to see if I like it. Okay?
I'll go watch like old Guy Fieri shows and shit like that. I want to see some ugly, weird looking white guy fucking put chicken wings in his mouth, smack his fucking lips, say, that's good. I'm going to watch
Wendy's currently has that new chicken sandwich.
That's pretty much what he does.
And
He
the new
tries to
Frosty,
like
so it's
copy
like 3
Guy
new things
Fieri.
at once.
You fucking suck, Phil.
Stuff like that would probably take priority over just getting some chicken tenders from McDonald's.
Yo, what's up, bro? I just saw you.
I already had McDonald's with
Hope
the
you're having a
Minecraft
good day,
meal.
man.
It was not good. I don't really feel like eating McDonald's again. Mild Cat 911, how are you? Good to see you. Is Wingstop good? Chris says Wingstop is good. But again, I never had anything there. I don't even know what their menu is.
There's chicken wings.
Right?
There's wings, Phil. Chicken tenders and wings.
But I do
and
DSP
fries.
tries at Hard Liquor.
Like,
I already talked about that. Gigi? Is that how you say your name? Gigi? I know that your super chat's like $1.50.
oh, dude,
so
I'm
count that
stepping
towards the
into good in the week stuff. I don't know.
I said that I would do DSP tries at liquor
Never
or
had a
beer
wing
if you guys
before.
recommended something for me to get. But we never really agreed to anything, right? We didn't. We never really agreed to anything. So because of that, we never came to a conclusion of what I should do. So again, we could talk about that, and we could do that. But the thing is, that DSP tries it, I would do at the end of a stream. Not even midday, like end of the night, like the end of a night stream, because that's the end of the night when I don't really have to do anything after I'm done streaming. I don't want to be drunk, you know. But that would be a rarity too. That wouldn't be all the time, okay?
I don't want to be super drunk until it's time for me to actually hang out with my wife, you know? That's when he really wants to get drunk. Like drunk, bro.
Maybe what would be interesting would be like taste testing. Like if you guys had 3 beers to recommend, and I could do a triple taste test of the beer.
Oh, bro, recommend the beer that sponsors the Bacon Social Club. You know, the Imperial IPA, the Voodoo Ranger. Man, everybody, flood it.
Right? Like
hang
compare the 3
with a
and say,
real
this one tastes
man's
like this,
beer.
this one tastes like this, this one tastes like this. And do a head-to-head, what do I like out of the 3, which do I like the most? Something like that. Yeah. We got a LARPer. I got a $5 super chat from a LARPer. Hilarious. Well, thanks, LARPer, for $5. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not even going to read the message because it's stupid.
I swear, he just learned that word. All these years, he's been watching all of our content, and we've been telling him there's LARPers in his chat. Like, all those people that give him $1 or $2 and pat him on the ass, like every little thing he does is good and correct or whatever. Those are the LARPers, bro. Phil doesn't get it, though. It's funny as fuck. It's like he finally just learned a word after, like, 10 fucking plus years of getting fucked with on the internet, right? Now he's overusing it. He's just using it for everybody. It's like someone that learned the word Nazi for the first time. Oh,
why do people make sock accounts? Well, there's 2 reasons. Okay, there's two reasons to make a sock account
get rid of it.
for a stream like mine. Reason number 1 is that you're a legit supporter. You're someone who actually likes my content, but you're well aware that people who support me in big ways, like let's say dropping a big member bomb or a big tip, that people tend to kind of come after them and harass them because people are weird.
Isn't
on
that
the
shit
internet
like
and just obsessed
duels?
with the fact that I'm successful while they're not, and they're miserable and I'm happy. They can't stand that. So they try to harass people who support me, you see? So by using a sock account to do anonymous donations, like an anonymous tip or dropping 50 subs on a kick, but it's a name no one ever saw before, it protects your identity. No one knows who to associate that with, and who cares if they go harass that account? It's a dummy account they're never using for anything anyway. The other reason to use a sock account is because you're someone who already has been in a chat and banned a bunch of times for acting like an asshole, but you still want to keep coming in acting like an asshole. And a lot of the times these people conjugate with others who are assholes, right? I should say congregate, not conjugate. They congregate with others who are assholes on places like Discord, which is apparently the more and more I learn about Discord, the more I'm like appalled that people use Discord as just like degenerate community of people who are just fucked in the head doing disgusting things. I can't believe some of the things I hear now.
You just learned, bro. You just learned about Discord, Phil.
And their online communities on Discord.
That's what's funny. No bullshit, bro. Like, holy fuck, I watched so much of this asshole. He just learned about Discord and how to really use it within the last, like, year just about. What the fuck? But he's been using it for years. Don't forget this. Oh boy. Phil Murray's on fire right now. Phil's been using Discord for years, bro, to fucking coordinate attacks against the tracker channels and to tell his minions what to do and when, and to coordinate fucking tips and shit, bro. We've seen the Discord leaks. He's brand new to Discord. Acting like his community isn't a fucking degenerate community of retarded people. Okay.
You know, laughing, joking, memeing, disgusting behavior, because it's all toxic, negative internet bullying stuff. And then they talk about topics, say, oh, you got to go do this, say this in the stream and do this. And because they're on a sock account.
We've seen what goes on in his Discord. We've had his Discord leak, bro. Like, what, a good 5 times over the last, like, 4 years or so, dude. And all he does is talk about like tips and the stream and fucking channels are probably pissing him off.
That no one knows that it's them. They think that
some of his mods, bro,
they'll never figure it out.
And yap about
who I am.
Bullshit.
It's a new account or a sock account, right? Anyway,
remember the Anonymous drama?
Zangief
Wasn't that on
says,
Discord?
yeah, after I gifted you last week, people kept following me on Kick and harassing me, but it's not my main account, so I don't care. That's what I mean. That I would strongly recommend anyone who's actually going to support me in some way, you should not have any public-facing account that has real information about you. You should protect your identity online. You should always do that. Like, just in general, everyone should be doing that anyway.
Bro, like, think about that. There's so many rules and stipulations to be a fan of this guy. Like, you really have to, a rational thinking person would go, bro, there's so many hoops and loops and fucking rivers and valleys I gotta cross just to support you and be here, and I can't even really get recognition. What kind of person are you? Right? Like, what the fuck's going on here? That, like, there's so much tomfoolery. Fuck this shit. You leave. But everybody that likes Phil's an actual fucking retarded person, bro.
But notably, when you're doing anything positive towards me, understand that there are actually mentally ill people. Yeah, because
you're supporting a fucking little maniac,
and my followers and my viewers and stuff like that.
A con artist. Yes, you will get harassed, and you should. You should. Okay, don't support con artists on the internet.
Yeah, it's just a good strategy. You know, don't open your.
I swear to God, bro. You know I'm right. I'm correct, bro. If Phil was like brown, right? Like if he looked like an Indian, like if he looked like Mudahar, dog. Imagine Mudahar, right? Doing what Phil does. Bro, he would have gotten forgotten about like years ago. Ain't nobody would have kept fucking with him anymore, giving him money. Oh, I'm gonna give that smelly brown guy fucking cash. I'm gonna get a smelly little brown guy fucking money to literally like get drunk with. What the fuck, dude?
Yourself up to online stalking and harassment by using accounts. Like, for example, if you have an active YouTube channel that you use,
Phil kind of milks his white privilege
never use that channel
bit.
to contribute to me. You know what
I'm
saying?
He's an example of that.
If you're gonna
bullshit,
tip,
bro.
never tip with your real name. Never tip with an account that's another account online that you want to use, right? Never do that. Make up new names, new things, because that's the way to protect your identity. It's just the best way to go about things with these nut jobs on the internet.
I just have that feeling in my stomach. Like, imagine if Phil was literally like an Indian dude.
The Bloom says, as you know, I used to be on YouTube. You also know that I used to send in tips and things like that. I literally had to leave YouTube. My email was linked to an Xbox account, and I had someone email a dude I worked with. Absolute insanity. Think about that. Because someone contributed to me with a YouTube account associated with it. Someone data mined it to the point where they were emailing, harassing people around them. Have nothing to do with anything. But do you see how crazy that is? And that's how these people are. These people are actually insane. When people say to me, no, that's not true. Why would you say that? No, it is. People who are of sound mind do not act like that. Because people of sound mind realize this is the one life you get on planet Earth. You have a limited amount of time to breathe, to act, to live. You must make the best of the time you have on this planet because it's going to be gone someday. And that's just the human condition.
I'm gonna sit in a bedroom and never see any of the world, and I never do any meaningful things with my wife and create actual memories with her besides sitting on a couch while I play mobile games. You know, you only have one life, and I spend mine begging for money every day and try to self-inflate my ego because I'm a retard with nothing to live for anymore.
Sorry, I can't really do a good Phil anymore. He pisses me so off, He pisses me off. He just pisses me off. I can't do a fun Phil impersonation anymore. It's just straight up like, I'm just doing a whiny white guy voice.
You have one life to live on this earth.
He's trying to sound like Jordan Peterson, bro. Whiny ass voice motherfucker.
You have one life to live on this earth, and you spend it making fun of people on the internet.
Phil, like, I actually take vacations and shit, motherfucker. What are you gonna be doing besides sitting in this bedroom doing the same motherfucking shit? I procreated, bitch. Like, I spread it my seed amongst the earth, nigga. What do you do? Alright? Gonna talk about you got one life to live. And you gonna be spending it doing the same motherfucking shit, dog, until you stroke out on the stream, alright? I hate when he tries to do these speeches like some kind of profound, like well-traveled adult, when he's not. He's just like a little man baby, bro, has lived in his bedroom his whole fucking life. Okay? He's what he projects it on the trolls. Oh, they live in their parents' house and have no lives. It's you! Nigga, it's the last time you fucking left Seattle, bitch, you know?
And so people who are mature enough to understand that realize, man, I got limited time. I got to use my time for good things, for fun things, for positive things.
Like, that's what I mean! Like, he just proves my point. Like, bro, stop. Shut the fuck up. You're no fucking authority trying to tell people you got one life to live in. Huff a rough a rough. When you fucking literally are nothing. You're a fucking bum, Phil. You spend your whole life being a fucking bum on the goddamn internet. You're an e-bum, dude. What? Yeah, it's totally a great life to live, right? I should totally take your fucking life advice because you have just such a fulfilling life. Such a great life because you have a fat fucking retarded wife and a cat. Oh man, this guy, what a schmuck. He's the biggest schmuck I've ever seen.
Building others and myself up, making positive things for others.
Yeah, building people up. Yeah, Phil's example, his definition of building people up, dog, is legitimately just soaking all their money out of them. Gimme, gimme, gimme. You're not giving me enough. How about that momentum? Yeah, Phil, it's totally building people up.
Now,
yeah,
I'm going to spend my entire day
so much,
harassing, stalking, bringing down others around me. What good does that do? Now it takes away from your life experience, from others' life experiences to make people miserable. When you become a certain age and a certain level of intelligence and maturity, this epiphany happens. This switch flips in your head and you're like, God.
God fucking damn it, bro.
Damn, I got limited time left. I got to make the best of it. The people who act like this
is absurd.
These online crazy harassers are fucked up here. They're not of any mature level of thought. So to them, actually hurting people on the internet they don't know is a good and valid use of their time because they're just not mature. It's the brain.
What do you mean? Bro, it's my days off, Phil, and I spent some of it building a bookshelf for my wife. I built a bookshelf for my wife. I went to one of my son's basketball games. What else did I do? I did a bunch of shit, Phil. I get 4 days off in the week to do whatever I want, bitch. You're such an asshole. Damn right. I'm gonna dedicate at least 3 or 4 of those motherfuckers to you.
Of a pea up here. It's like a fucking, an infant. And some people, sadly, never get that light switch to flick on. They actually stay ignorant their whole lives. They don't get that epiphany level of, oh, shit, I should do something good for
Yeah, because narcissists are totally known for having epiphanies.
for change. And that's pretty sad.
Phil's totally known for being an introspective, self-reflective guy, right? He's totally fucking known for that.
Isn't it? Because I feel more and more people on this planet are never getting that moment of maturity and epiphany. Instead, it's just they stay in that really fucked up tunnel vision.
Yo, I'll show you guys one private picture just to prove my point of how more fulfilled my life is than Phil's, okay? I don't do this often. I'll never do it again. But a lot of people do think, like Phil, none of us have lives and do anything, and I hunt for up. I'm trying to tell you, nigga, I'm the richest man on earth. I'm richer than Phil. I'm the guy Phil wishes he was. I am. I could be as toxic as I want to be. I say whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want to. I don't fucking suck anybody's fucking cock just to get more views and subs, right? Because if I did, I wouldn't have spoke up about pedophilia in the detractor community. I lost a lot of money because of that. I did. And I'm still here. Because I do it for the love of the game. Phil don't know. He fucking with a different breed of detractor, dog. They're not just these wimpy little, weird little white dudes. They're all old. They don't really know how to edit or sit here on kiwi farms fucking playing with their dicks all day and night. Nah, nigga, you deal with some real people at this point.
Almost cult-like way of thinking.
We ain't Fred fucks.
And what meaning does their life have?
And real people doing real
Pretty
things
sad, huh?
every fucking motherfucking day.
Oh, no, I did not try any alcoholic seltzers. Not once. I've never had a single one of this fad of alcoholic seltzers.
I know. So this is my favorite picture, bro. This is the last time I'll probably show this. This is my favorite picture, bro. This picture is an example of how I'm the richest fucking man on earth, bro. I'm richer than Ethan Ralph. I'm richer than Phil. I'm richer than people that made more money than me on the internet. I'm richer than most detractors, bro. It's because of this picture, dog. There's no Rolex, you know. There's no Lambo. This is when I was still living in the apartments, dog. This is my first day of culinary school. My first day, dog. Going back to school after being homeless and doing drugs and fucking bitches and being a degenerate all my 20s, bro. You know? I had a chance to go to school to improve this nigga's life. And I did it, bro. I fucking did it. I'm the richest motherfucker you'll ever fucking listen to, dude. I am. And I try to share that with everybody. I try to spread my wealth. Phil is fucking poor. He is poor in every sense of the word, dude. He is a brokey.
No, there's a ton of them now,
He's
right? It started with
broker
that
than me.
White
Fuck
Claw,
outta
but now there's
here.
like hundreds of them. I never had a single one. So maybe that could be something to try for like a taste test.
Don't let nobody like Phil think they can sit here and talk that kind of shit. You broke as fuck. Your wife is ugly and fat. You ain't got no kids but a cat, bars. Nigga, and you beg for money every minute of your existence. Nobody likes you or thinks of you as some kind of fucking
The reason I use the term
authoritative
LARPer
figure
is
of
very
nothing.
simple. It means live action role player, but it's the perfect way to describe someone who is a troll or an internet messed up person who pretends to actually like me or anyone, but the only reason that they're actually there is to hurt the person or deride the person, right? So here's a perfect example of that. Someone claims that they're a supporter of mine.
Like Only Iced Coffee. I swear to God, Only Iced Coffee just finances this shit. Just like so the content stays alive forever. You know? I feel like Only Iced Coffee had an epiphany. Dog, he's actually a loser with no life and nowhere to fit in or nothing, right? And he's like, oh shit, I don't really fit in with Phil. I don't really fit in with the detractors. He tried, just like some of the heads do try. And he's like, fuck it. You know what? I'll just make sure the content stays on. I'll make sure the lights stay on forever, bro. And it'll piss some people off. And at the same time, it'll keep the detractors alive. I don't know. I could be wrong, for sure. That sounds stupid. But I feel like that's kind of like the logical reasoning, if there is any, behind why like only iced coffee and some of these dents perpetually like shower Phil with hundreds of thousands of dollars, dude.
But then they sit in the chat, and when someone new comes in, they harass the newcomer with, hey, did you support today? Why aren't you supporting Phil? Why aren't you sending? Why would you do that? It's my job to say, hey, here's the ways to support my stream. Here's what you can do. By doing that, they're creating a hostile environment. So that person who's a newcomer will actually be like, whoa, I don't like this atmosphere. And they leave and never come back. They're actually trying to hurt me, not help me. And they do it on purpose. They know it's against the rules, but they do it anyway. That's a live action role player or LARPer, a pretend fan who's here only to try to hurt.
It's fucking funny. It took him like 10 years to kind of like learn that, but he's using it like a narcissist does. They don't learn things. They kind of like learn things to use for themselves. So he's like, yeah, these guys are LARPers, and they probably aren't, dog. You know, the real LARPers are still there, like only iced coffee, dude. Phil doesn't really know. It's like the people will sit here and give you hundreds of dollars for no reason. No other content creator gets fucking like all this much money in donations, bro, for like literally for doing nothing. Okay, no, it's not realistic at all.
Me or
that
be a thorn in my side, or actually tried to give me a downfall when it's never really making fun of you, Phil. But that's what they're doing. It's they're being disingenuous.
They're just kind of dumb. They're
with their
dents.
actual
we call
way
those
that they
dents.
act and say.
They're dent trackers,
okay?
Dude. That's crazy how Phil, like, I hate to say it.
Philly steaks in my area.
I hate to say this. Phil's not a big creator, right, in a normal sense, but he is like one of the biggest locals that makes content and shit. And he's not aware of his community, his trolling community, and the dynamics of it. Because of Kino Casino and June the King and some, you know, interactions he's had, he's caught on. But it's like, it's so narcissistic. I swear, this is why narcissists can't fucking, like, they don't benefit from therapy, you know? Because they don't learn, like, what they're doing is wrong and all this shit that therapists help you do. He's like, oh, this is how I can manipulate people better. And that's what he's doing with all these terms and all this shit that he's learned, bro.
Area. I think there was one at my local.
He's not actually trying to get smarter.
He's I don't know if they're still there. And I've never had
this to manipulate people. I swear to God, that's what's happening, bro. When he does this shit.
Exactly, Cade. When was the last time you donated? You want us to support? I've never seen you super chat. Why aren't you contributing? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Like, wait, what? Why would you do that to a newcomer? Because you actually want to piss them off or scare them off, and then they never come back. That's why. And that's what these LARPers are doing. Okay. It's time to end the show, everybody. Thanks for a great week. Thanks for a great month. I just want to end this saying it's been a great month. April in general was a really good streaming month. Okay. I had a great time with all of you. It didn't matter if we were just chilling, if we were building Legos, if we were during a crazy birthday marathon, if we were shooting people in Call of Duty, if we were beating people up in RPGs, right? If we were, all the stuff we did, talking about WrestleMania, and opening packs of cards, right? Like so many things we did over the course of this month, right? It was just a great month in general and an unexpectedly good month because again, on paper, it didn't look like many games were coming out, but then we got shocking releases like Blueprints, Oblivion Remastered that ended up being really good, right? So thank you so much. And like I said, the way I see it is this. If on a month when there's pretty much nothing going on, things can be great, then imagine months coming up with big high-profile new releases, new consoles launching, right? Big events happening. I think we're going to have a great time together moving forward for the rest of this year. If anything, what we've seen is because I have the gaming PC, because I have the ability to get and afford anything, the setup, right? We have that flexibility to do whatever, and it's a much better feeling than when I used to be so confined.
So why are you begging worse than you ever begged, before, for support, Phil? If we are doing so good, why do you have to incessantly beg still so much, right? Just saying, dude.
Oh, I can only play on a certain console. I can only afford a certain thing. It's a very different feeling. It's a great feeling. Thank you.
And don't forget, he's trying to act like he could never afford a game.
Bro, you would try to get somebody. You would try to manipulate somebody
into donating a game by acting like you couldn't afford it.
But you would always just buy it, bro.
And then, because of Xbox Game Pass, he'll just sit here and just, get the game from Game Pass, not use a dime. Literally not pay a dime for the game and soak up, thousands of dollars from it. You hear this guy?
For an amazing month. I'm very much looking forward to May. In May, there are several releases like Doom the Dark Ages, the new Capcom collection, among others, that I think are going to be very exciting, but also continuing on with the things we're doing and stuff like that. All good stuff. So thank you, guys. I'll see you in May. Thank you for an awesome Level 1 podcast. Remember, again, I'm not here for the next...
Ew. Yeah, good. Thank God. Thank God. Phil's not here for the next 2 days, 4 days. Ooh, that's good. That's good, man. Everybody needs a good little break from this retardation, dude. But I'll probably be here tonight. I'll try to be here tonight, bro. That's if my kit shows up. If it doesn't, I probably won't. But I'll be here tomorrow. We're going to talk about iDubbbz and Creator Clash, bro. Fucking Josh Block. Dude, I am totally invested in the Josh Block World of T-Shirts universe, So yeah, really catch up with Josh Block and Johnny Somali. All these fuckers have been up to no good, dude. It's fun. Sorry, hopefully I see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody who just came and hang out with me, dude. You guys are the best. Take care of yourselves and each other. Don't work too hard. Smoke a lot of weed. Drink a lot of water. Stay hydrated. I'll see you guys in the next episode, my friends.